الحمد لله رب السماوات ورب الأرض رب العالمين وله الكبرياء في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. الحمد لله الذي بنعمته تتم الصالحات. ربنا لك الحمد حتى ترضى ولك الحمد إذا رضيت ولك الحمد بعد الرضا. صلى اللهم وسلم وبارك على سيد الأولين والآخرين محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له الملك الحق المبين، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وخليله وأمين على وحيه. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله ولتنظر نفس ما قدمت لغد واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون. My dear respected brother and sister in Islam, all praise and glory and thanks are due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We owe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala everything we have. وَمَا بِكُم مِّن نِعْمَةٍ فَمِنَ اللَّهِ. And we are completely dependent on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all our needs. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Quran establishes a contrast between shukr and kufr. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Luqman says, وَإِذْ قَالَ لُقْمَانُ لِابْنِهِ وَهُوَ يَعِظُهُ يَا بُنَيَّ لَا تُشْرِكْ وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا لُقْمَانَ الْحِكْمَةَ نُشْكُرُ لِلَّهِ وَمَنْ يَشْكُرْ فَإِنَّمَا يَشْكُرُ لِنَفْسِهِ وَمَنْ كَفَرَ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَنِيٌّ حَمِيدٌ. We bestowed Luqman with wisdom. Be thankful to Allah. Whoever gives thanks benefits his own soul. And as for those who are thankless, Allah is self-sufficient, worthy of all praise. And the same thing about Sulaiman alayhi salam said, هذا من فضل ربي ليبلوني أأشكر أم أكفر ومن شكر فإنما يشكر لنفسه ومن كفر فإن الله غني حميد. Two verses, and in other verses contrast between shukr and kufr, as if the essence of our iman is gratitude, is to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the surest and shortest path to Allah, to strengthen your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to be closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is istihdaru na'am Allah, appreciation, remembrance and appreciation of Allah's favors and bounties and gifts on you. That's what makes you love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because in Insan Abdul Ihsan, we love whoever does favor to us. So the more you appreciate the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the more you love Allah. That will make you grateful, more grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That will make you look for ways to do your best, to express your gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to make Him pleased with you. My dear brother and sister in Islam, now we are swamped with the bounties and gifts and favors from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we do not realize them. Now, why we don't realize those countless bounties and gifts and favors from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? One is for two main reasons. One is the things that we have, we take them for granted. We don't realize that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep them for you, that's by itself is a gift and a favor from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Again, the things that we have, we take them for granted. We forget that by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keeping those for you, keeping your life, your health, your family, your job, your housing, your income, etc. That's a bounty, great bounty from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's something that probably we need to remind ourselves of it, that those things that we already have and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is keeping them with us, that's a gift and a favor, great favor from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So everything that you have is a favor and a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and every day you wake up, you realize that you get an extension on life, extension on health, extension on every trust that Allah has given you, including your life, your health, your family, and everything. So we should remind ourselves and should not fall in this trap of taking these things for granted. The other thing that makes us probably don't realize the great bounties and favors from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is we forget that Allah has spared you and protected you from a lot of things that you probably will never realize. Allah every day, every moment is protecting you and sparing you from ibtila'at, from tests that He tests others with it, that you were spared from. A lot of time you drive by a point, that point just before you or immediately after you had an accident. And sometimes it's a fatal accident. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made you come earlier or a little late and spared you and protected you. You drive, you travel, you fly. Yes, flying becomes so safe, but so many things can go wrong. So when you land safely, you have to be very thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He enabled you and allowed you to make that trip safely. So, istihdaru ni'am Allah, remembrance and appreciation of the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very essential pillar of our iman, because that makes us more grateful and also makes us step up our dua effort. We make more dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to preserve what we already have. Yes, you should, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves that you pray for more, but also you pray for preserving what you already have. And even if you want more, you also come to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to ask for more. You work harder and you work smarter, but also you intensify and step up your dua. Ibrahim alayhi salam told his people, فَابْتَغُوا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ الرَّزْقِ. فَابْتَغُوا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ الرَّزْقِ. You work hard for more money or for more income, but also you pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it happen. فَابْتَغُوا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ الرَّزْقِ. The second part of the khutbah, dear brother and sister in Islam, in a couple of days we are going to start a new year. And this is a very special moment. A whole year has gone by. 2022 is over, is behind us. A couple of years. So I'm inviting all of us to do a couple of exercises over this weekend. One is to try to do some self-assessment and self-evaluation. It's a very good Islamic practice, by the way. حاسبوا أنفسكم قبل أن تحاسبوا وزنوا أعمالكم قبل أن توزن عليكم. So a whole year has gone by. And at the end of the day, in our life, it's just number of years. Number of days, number of hours, number of years. And this is big chunk of our life has gone by. Try to sit down with yourself and do the self-assessment and self-evaluation. What did you accomplish? What went right? What went wrong? In what ways you improved over this whole year? What did you learn and apply? Any new knowledge, and any new knowledge that you learn and also that you apply. Even if you take a piece of paper, pen and paper, and try to register. I know these exercises are not convenient, but that's how people improve. When they do the self-assessment, so that they detect areas of weaknesses that needs improvement, and also areas of strength that you need to keep and reinforce. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praised an-nafs al-lawwama. The self-critique, it's something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves. So try to practice it, practice this exercise. The other part of the exercise is resolutions. Now resolutions, you may think that this is like a Western habit or something that we have nothing to do with it. That's not true. It's a very Islamic habit, is to challenge yourselves with goals and try to attain them. Why? Because tazkiyah is an essential component of our deen. And tazkiyah is self-development or self-improvement. And how this can happen? It can happen in one of two ways. One of them is to set for yourselves goals and try to achieve them. Challenge yourself. so that by the end of next year, you can evaluate yourself. Because without setting goals, how are you going to evaluate yourself? Everybody can call the year a successful year. And by the way, that's what is keeping a lot of Muslim societies and nations and countries lagging behind and stagnant. There are no goals, no vision, nothing. So that everybody can call anything they do a success because there is no reference point to compare against. Challenge yourself with some goals, and you can even write them down and probably even announce them, like within your close circle and within your family. Make those goals challenging but also realistic, because sometimes people set very high goals and then they don't achieve them the first couple of weeks and then they give up. If you ask those fitness centers, they tell you that so many people subscribe in the beginning of the year and then they stop coming after the first few weeks. So set challenging but realistic goals. In every area of life, starting with your deen. What are you going to do about your deen in this coming year? In your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'll give you some ideas that you may pick couple of them. One, you can decide that this year you're going to study and master and memorize the names and attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Very good. Very simple goal. You can do it over a whole year, and that will strengthen your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala beyond your imagination. Two, studying the Quran. You can start this year studying the Quran, taking it as a course. Study means regular, and taking notes and searching for meaning and etc. It's like you did with your courses in college. Studying the Quran, you may start this year, this practice. Prayers. Working on your prayer. We all, alhamdulillah, are praying. But our prayers still needs a lot of work to have the impact and the effect that is desired. Working on perfecting your prayers. Praying on time, increasing your concentration during prayer, praying extra prayers, etc. So many things, so much improvement need, our prayers is in need. Fasting. Whatever you can do. Those who can do 2 days a week, Monday and Thursday, those who can do once a week, or once a month, once every 2 weeks, but make fasting outside Ramadan. Also, you can add it to the list. Giving, donations, whether your money or your time, whether giving more money or contributing, volunteering your time and skills. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most beloved deeds to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is what you do for others. What you do for others in pursuit of the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, increasing your giving and sharing of the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we have been talking about. On your health, you can set some goals of your health. Many of us do not have a good health awareness. You may start educating yourself about health, especially those like me who are getting older. You're going to have to be, because at the end of the day, you have two choices. You either restrain yourself and live healthy diet and exercise, or you're going to end up in taking medications. There is no third choice between the two. So it is up to you, and you can start educating yourself about what is good, what is bad. You don't have to become obsessed with diet or with losing weight or etc., but be aware and improve your diet and improve your health. Sleeping habits. It is well established that most successful people are those who wake up early. The Rasul ﷺ says, بُورِكَ لِأُمَّتِي فِي بُكُورِهَا. The first hours of the day are blessed hours. And those who try, they know you can do a lot more. Like the hour from 5 to 6 and from 6 to 7, they go much slower than the rest of the day. So if you try, you can set this and join what they call the 5 a.m. club. And that's, by the way, because that's what gives you an edge. That's what you can do, the extra. But if you're going to wake up only at the time to go and to do work, then you're going to stay there. You will never improve. How you can improve? By adding those couple hours early. That's what you can do more. You can read, you can learn, you can exercise, you can do a lot of things in those extra time. Knowledge. You and I know that unfortunately, it's very unfortunate that Muslims around the world are not the best when it comes to reading. And statistics are embarrassing. Statistics are embarrassing. And some countries, Muslim countries, on average, the person reads quarter of a page over a year. In this country, it's 10 to 11 books. That's a habit that need to be acquired. You should become someone who cannot afford for a day to pass by or 2 days without reading. Reading becomes part of your daily schedule. And the more you learn and you apply. And these are the ones that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praised. الَّذِينَ يَسْتَمِعُونَ الْقَوْلَ فَيَتَّبِعُونَ أَحْسَنَهُ. Every time you come to learn something good, you just incorporate it immediately. And that's what makes you a better person. Family, professional life and professional development, several things you can set up goals in all of these areas and challenge yourself to achieve them over a year and hold yourself accountable at the end of the year. This life of convenience that we just do the routine and we just do what is convenient is not getting us anywhere. If we want to improve as individuals, as communities, as societies, it is only through this way, by challenging ourselves with goals and then strive to achieve them and accomplish them. That's how individuals progress, that's how nations and societies progress. One thing that you can work on, which also I strongly recommend, and it can be the key to all of this, is to try to eliminate waste of time from your life. In this time is very precious. There is no time to waste. Try to eliminate something like waiting for something or just killing the time or doing nothing. That has to be eliminated from our lives. This time we're going to be held accountable. عن عمره فيما أفناه وعن شبابه فيما أبلاه. We're going to be held accountable about this time, so use it very efficiently. And again, there is no time to waste. These are some suggestions. You can come up with others, but the idea is that to use this weekend to do these two exercises. One is self-evaluation and self-assessment, and confront yourself and have the bravery and the courage to point to areas of weakness and failure. We all fail, we all commit mistakes, etc. And then try to work on those, and also areas of strength and success, and try to preserve them and to reinforce them. فَتُوبُوا إِلَى اللَّهِ إِنَّهُ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونتوب إليه. نعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهدي الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. My dear respected brother and sister in Islam, I conclude by saying that yes, the Muslims almost all over the world are in terrible shape and in situation that is really not something that will please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who wants his servant and the community of believers to be a model and leading community. But we're going to have to realize that it is all, the ball is in our court. This deen is great, has produced great success stories in very unfavorable conditions. It can do it any time, provided there are the right people who understand it properly and take it seriously and commit to it fully. يا أيها الذين آمنوا ادخلوا في السلم كافة, wholeheartedly. This religion is not something that you put it on the side or you add it. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us to enter in this religion wholeheartedly. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَشْرِي نَفْسَهُ ابْتِغَاءَ مَرْضَاتِ اللَّهِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praise those who dedicate themselves and their lives in pursuit of the good pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَشْرِي نَفْسَهُ ابْتِغَاءَ مَرْضَاتِ اللَّهِ. So nobody to blame. Let's stop denial, and let's stop finding excuses and justification, and let's stop this conspiracy theory. People, if anybody is conspiring against you, it's because you are weak. So you're going to have to fix that weakness rather than blame those who are conspiring. Let's stop all of these approaches because they are futile and they did not lead us anywhere. The only right approach is to accept responsibility for what happened and accept responsibility for changing it. ما أصابك من حسنة فمن الله وما أصابك من سيئة فمن نفسك قل هو من عندي أنفسكم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the community of believers after the defeat in the battle of Uhud. So accepting responsibility. Whatever happened is because of us, because we accepted it, because we did not do what we're supposed to do. We failed to do what we're supposed to do. And accept responsibility for changing it. Inshallah, we'll come back to this in more details in the future. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم اشف مرضانا وارحم موتانا وتوفنا وانت راض عنا واختم بالصالحات أعمالنا واجعل خير أعمالنا خواتمها وخير أيامنا يوم نلقاك. متعنا اللهم بالنظر إلى وجهك الكريم. ربنا ارحم والدينا كما ربونا صغارا وارحم موتانا وجميع موتى المسلمين. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إنا كنا من الظالمين. صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه.